If I'm not scared, I don't know. Hey, we're going live right here, starting with the second chapter. Welcome to another cast of the Bleed Out Tournament, round of 16, right here on Kidz channel. We did join this game just a map late, so we're going to be able to bring you the last 4 chapters of it. It's the lower bracket, Kazoo Kids versus Team Eternity. We currently have the score in the favor of Kazoo Kids, 620 to 340. I am Rails Barlow, one of your tournament administrators and the caster for this game today. We do have that jockey landing on the Lewis outside right there, onto the Kazoo Kids. Nice double cap lane. That's going to be Vec outside for the Kazoo Kids, taking the brunt of that damage. We didn't even get a chance to do a roster rundown because we did join a little bit late. I am co-casting with Kiss Me. How are you today, sir?
I am doing pretty damn well. Let's go ahead and do that roster rundown. For Eternity, we have Shimmy, Freoxity, Vago, and Chris. And who do we have for Kazoo Kids on the Survivor side?
We have Savage, God of War, Sanchez, Vex, and Manzano. It's actually Vec instead of Vex, excuse me. But we do have a tank up in the hands of Vigo for Team Eternity. And we have a pause. Someone's AFK.
I think he might have actually crashed. Yes, they're saying crash more likely. He's actually not moving. He's currently completely common locked downstairs in front of the survivors, and tank just spawned up. So definitely not a point of which you want to be a part of, to say the least. But regardless, we'll go ahead and be good sports here. Throw out that pause, and now we will wait for him to actually reconnect or unfreeze, whichever one it is.
That's unfortunate. Because that survivor's common locked. He's taking a lot of damage, and even when he loads back in, he's going to have lost a good amount of his health. And away from keyboard, away. Oh my god. So we came in to have this guy just leave his keyboard.
Yes, because he hasn't crashed out of the game yet. So he literally left. He just got up and left his keyboard. What? Oh, no. See, he did crash. There we go.
Yeah, I was going to say, if the person just got up and left in the middle of that, like, wow, okay, fine. Sure, just walk away.
His computer could have, like, updated to Windows 10 or just crashed or whatever. So
stop that. We had that in the middle of the Serenity versus HCP game, if I remember correctly. Yeah.
Yeah, and then that's happened to a couple Twitch streamers as well. But I'm already on 10, so I'm good.
I'm not on 10 yet, so I'm waiting for it to happen to me.
It'll happen. No, I update manually. I did it willingly.
Oh, gotcha. What do you think of it?
I've been on it throughout the entire course of this tournament, and I haven't really had any problems.
My other computer has 10. This one I haven't actually tried to run gaming stuff on it, though, so this one's still on 8.
Ew.
Ew, yeah.
That's worse than 10.
Like a phone.
It's horrible. I would go to 10 if I were you. Just get off of 8. You
I probably will.
10's free for like another few weeks, I think.
Oh, God.
Yeah, and then you got to pay, so.
Oh, no! The rock landed on Zoe, though, instead of Lewis, and that's... Oh, God.
Yeah, it does seem like Lewis is actually stuck now. He has reconnected. Tank's also right down in the water in front of the survivors. And Vago's saying sorry for that one. But yeah, Vec is stuck, so they're going to be good sports here and actually just wait for him to unstick, to say the least.
Yeah, they're saying that he won't go, so that's good. I think they realized that they threw that rock a little prematurely right there. At least it didn't land on the survivor who was still stuck, and it looks as though he is unstuck now. So, okay, they are ready. Both teams are going to be readying up here, and that's going to be Vigo with the tank, Jockey, Hunter, Charger for this hit. Looks as though Team Kazoo Kids, they're going to take this back to the safe room, looks like. That's a pretty standard play here.
Yeah, I mean, I see a lot of teams nowadays going back to the safe room. I'm not too sure of how safe that is because it's a very confined area. Although, obviously, there's not a lot of SI spawns for them to work with because, obviously, you have to come through that one doorway, so it is good for the survivors. But at the same time, I just don't like the safe room. I feel like once you get stuck, there's a lot of makeshift corners for a tank to work. But regardless, Vago gonna go ahead and come here now with this tank, pushing his way towards the survivors. Misses that first punch as he drops down. Now he's gonna go and find them nice in the corner. That's a bunch of multis about to happen. Hunter grabs the other survivor. That's gonna be a wipe without a doubt. That is just mayhem on Earth. And that's gonna be a double incap, triple incap by the tank. And I don't even know what I just said. What?
You just went like full auctioneer right there. Just like everything was just like flying out of your mouth at the exact same time. In this just absolute spirit bomb of words.
Guys, I need some help.
That's a wipe.
That is a wipe. I agree. That was pretty good. Kaz in chat also saying that Vec is Vector, and that I didn't know that it was Vector until now. Vector is an old time player. Just me?
What?
You good, buddy?
No, I was just reading Twitch chat because you said that. I was like, wait, what did he say? Oh, wait, no, Kaz said that, so she.
Yeah. Wow. That was a great wipe going out right there. That triple charge really set up. I think that tank was able also to get a couple punches on his own, but once his support went in, he pretty much like locked it up. And now it's going to be on Kazoo Kids to try to go for the counter wipe in the safe room there. It could happen, but it goes one of two ways. It's either a complete wipe or it's like a 1 or 2 down thing right there, because sometimes the SI support can't do anything.
This is going to be the second half of map 2. We actually once again missed map 1 because we were in a game HCP versus Talk 3, so we wanted to cover that one and finish it out, and we just missed the start of this game. We literally ended the other game the moment they hit the second half of the first map on this one, so we just waited for them to finish out the first round before we came in, and yeah, so we are going to be going live now, so we see, well, yeah, the ready up is just screwed, to say the least.
That seems to be a Sir Please specific bug right there. Unfortunately, and Sir was playing on it yesterday, so I don't know if he probably saw it or not. He hasn't exactly fixed it, but like, I don't know. We'll see. They're saying ready up is bugged. We do have all the survivors moving now, I'm pretty sure. Or is Francis still AFK? No, Francis is here. Okay, so it's gonna be a 100 spitter, jockey, and a charger for this next hit coming out from Kazoo Kids. And, I mean, this can do a lot of damage prior to that tank, but it's going to come down to whether or not that tank hits his punches or not. Jockey gets shut down. We are going to see that Charger and Hunter go for the same person with a pounce landing and a spit on top of that as well for a bit of damage, about 30 off that first hit.
Indeed, so pretty nicely taken there by Eternity. Obviously, though, Shimmy taking a brunt of the damage there, but that really wasn't as bad as it seemed in my opinion. They pretty much mitigated some big heavy hitters there from those SI, and really, once again, only Shimmy taking a little bit of damage.
Indeed, and the tank is up for the Kazoo Kids in the hands of Savage right here. Smoker, Charger, and a Jockey for this first hit. Smoker is going to clear itself. They probably want a Hunter, I would say. Like, Boomer works, but what?
What?
I thought you were going to read Twitch chat again, because Twitch chat's having a moment.
Oh, no, I'm not. What?
No, nothing. Just ignore everything being said there. Something about you groaning into people's ears.
Well, you could always... Oh, no, I see that. He could always leave. I don't really care.
Yeah, Impulsive, fuck off. And they're saying it's not lagging right now, and it's going to be a Boomer, and is Manzano the only one who's potentially lagging? I don't think he's... I didn't see any lag coming out, but...
Freoxity is lagging, actually. He has red ping.
Well, yeah, but I think that's just his normal, isn't it?
Not
Yeah.
sure.
I think it is. I forget where he's located, but I think it might be like far Russia or something like that. We do have a single boom landing. Savage committing this tank. Missing that punch, though. This is kind of what I talked about, missing another punch. And he's getting meleeed to death right now. He's under 2k HP. We do have a support landing in there, but those melees are doing a lot of work over him right now. It's going to be that Charger stopping on the generators. Multi-punch going out as well. Another punch landing in that corner. Punch missing. This is why I talked about Kidz. He's missed a lot of punches during this tank fight. That Jockey did land, but because of that, I don't believe it's going to be a wipe. Indeed, it's not.
Yeah, really nicely well played there by that tank. Got a lot of damage, and it looks like I am back in the server now.
Alright, yes, you are back in the server, I agree. This is accurate. We do have that Jockey getting killed finally right there. So, a lot of damage, but no wipe. This should be Eternity taking the lead, in my opinion.
This isn't it for you.
Indeed
yet.
it shall
Come on,
be.
up and at 'em. We gotta keep moving.
I jinxed myself with that.
What?
I've never crashed in Windows 10 yet.
Did you just
My
have
game
a...
crashed.
Of course it did.
I left-clicked and it crashed. So, good job, Rails. You put the caster curse on me.
Alright. You know, I can caster curse a lot of people apparently. You underestimate the power of casters and the stupid things that we say. Like, sometimes we've had just, I don't know, there's been some casts that have just been... there was one time that I saw Kiss Me and Bao do a cast of some South American Grand Finals, and my life was forever changed after that, so I don't know. But that Boomer does get shot down right there. Smoker, Spitter, and a Jockey coming in the back. Jockey's going to go and gets M2 and shut down, and from what we've seen so far at Kiss Me, Eternity Survivor is doing better than they did map 1.
Yeah, they're actually doing pretty well. I mean, I wasn't there obviously to see that map 1 and how it played out for both of the teams, but they are actually doing pretty well here. They haven't hit the event just yet, but they are going to go ahead and do that right now, and then they have to obviously bleed out a little bit here with this event. They should probably push forward here after taking one hit, though, I assume. Herp.
Chat just caught up to when you crashed. Apparently, I didn't even notice that you crashed. I saw you like relaunch your game, and I was like, "Huh, that's odd. I think he's in the server." So I just kept talking.
I was like, I'm just gonna let him keep talking and see if he notices. I was like, it's working, so whatever. People know at least what's going on. But yeah, I just rejoined really quickly. I was like, he doesn't know.
Now the server's lagging. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if it's a tick rate thing. Actually, it is a tick rate thing potentially. But is this 128 tick?
Not sure. This could be like one of the 160 or 180s that were being experimented with.
What?
You didn't hear about that? Guessing not.
I heard about it, but I thought it was like a meme. Like, I didn't think that was a thing that they were actually going to try to implement.
No, 99% certain that they actually were implementing it, like testing it.
Completely insane.
Yeah, that's pretty high up. And that's
Just
going to make
gonna say
pings a
that.
lot worse as well because it's going to pull more data from the server and client. So if you're playing with if you're playing an away game, pretty much your ping's going to be probably worse.
Froxy says he's lagging always, right?
Yeah, I mean everyone else here is green, so I don't think it's a big server spike if anything, because I can't see the numbers.
Your brain. I don't know, some people's brains do seem to have a lag at some point, you know? Amazing, so rude. Basically being friendly with it towards each other, minus 500 points. Yeah, this is where we start being admins and, you know, just throwing out arbitrary penalties for things.
Exactly. Are you trying to make fun of me, Ross?
Rails found Black Jesus, apparently. Wait, what am I making fun of you for? What did I do?
Rose.
What did I do?
You're banned.
Oh god. We're gonna have a free Rails group being created now. That's the next thing out there.
Who created the free something group? I forget what it was.
It was free Supra.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, good times.
And the other one was banned Fig from hosting tournaments, and they had a picture of a Fig Newton's box with a huge, like, with a huge red, like, circle and a line through it just to say, Fig, go away.
Oh, Fig will
Poor
never
Fig.
go away.
No, Fig is a cool guy.
Fig could literally give a crap less what anyone here thinks about him.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of funny.
The first time he said what he said is in terms of, you know, telling Bravo to do certain things and HCP telling them to do certain things after they complained to him and said some things. Fig is, you don't want to anger the Figgins.
Yeah, you don't want him coming after you, because when he comes after you, he's going to bring a sledgehammer with it.
Yeah,
and that is his trusty banhammer.
Yep, his banhammer just, he can ban admins, he can ban anyone. It's said that Fig once banned, like, I don't know how many people he banned from HK that one week, but it was biblical right there. We are going live once again right here. We have a spawn still coming up for I think it was Vector who loaded back in the server. Been a pretty slow game so far with the pauses and stuff that have gone out, but again, you know, second half map 2, Eternity's trying to take the lead right here. Things are getting a little bit wonky because this is like the 18th match we've done today, but like, it's still competitive Left 4 Dead.
Yeah, I mean, we're bound to just have to let loose at some point. It's only so much professionalism that we can do. I mean, if you want to call it that. But regardless, there's going to be another tackle coming in here, though.
Go.
Spitter,
Okay,
Jockey Charger, Hunter. 3-1 coming in. Jockey Charger from the behind. They do manage to land that pass, taking the charge target. And that spit's going to drop right onto Zoe and Lewis's feet. Or feet, I should say. I said feet for some reason, like feet is not already pluralized. But regardless, I don't even know.
The free Rails hashtag has also caught on to Twitch chat now.
Banned.
God damn it.
I'm Fig, and you're purple. Banned.
Oh my gosh, okay, that's fine. Jockey, Boomer, Hunter, and a Smoker going out right here. Nice pop on that Boomer, however. And let's see, they might try to hit again before the rest of this is up. But, like, Eternity's in a pretty good position right now. One set of pills onto Bill. And as they work their way through, they pretty much have only one more hit before they reach the safe room.
Yeah, and Eternity's looking to really close up this gap here. Once again, they're already up to 618 points, 80 points below their counterparts, that being Kazoo Kids. So they are incredibly close to taking the lead, if not just equalizing it in general. But they do still have this nasty witch to deal with outside here. So let's see what they can do here. It looks like she is actually drawable through the alleyway. They have a view on her. It's just a matter of can they do it and shut down the SI well enough. And it looks like they might draw the witch back downstairs. Or no, it's just that's just a residual horde coming in.
Indeed it is, and it's going to be a Jockey, Spitter, Hunter, and a Smoker for the next hit right here. I mean, they're clearing out the rest of these combos, which I think is the right call, and then one of them is going to have to pull it and maybe drop back down or something like that, because they're going to have a hit raining in on their heads from the top. And actually, Uzi's going to draw it instead, bringing her back into these tunnels. Interesting call. Spit's going to go down in the middle of that, getting a good amount of damage, and this Uzi is still pretty close. The Witch, though, is finally working her way somewhere. Where is she? Oh, she's coming in through the other hole. She's dropping down through the other hole. She's going in through the back door, and she's going to get to pound on to that survivor right there.
Help you up, but Jesus.
I laughed at the worst part of that. She's going into the back door.
Wrong hole.
Good God, this is going downhill. Oh my God, regardless of Eternity eating that end cap. And that's going to be a smoke and a jockey both landing on the two survivors. The spit does end up missing though. Will cause a little bit of separation, but that's not going to really do all that much, obviously, as there was no end cap to be had there, so no real delay going out on the survivors. And they're going to be able to push their way to the safe room here. Rails, what are you laughing at? Would you like to elaborate? I'm not okay. Okay, we're going to keep going here. Anyway, the Eternity making the way towards the safe from here. One last hit coming up, though. It's going to consist of a Charger, Hunter, and a Jockey, along with some sort of support here. Spitter at that. It looks like they're going for a down here out onto Zoe. They're not going to get it, though. The Charger gets railed down before he can even make anything happen here. And at least that's one thing that is railing, because my co-caster is just bombing right now, Mr. Rails. But they will walk in the safe room. 728 will be the total score before health bonus. Add another 60 onto that, you get 784, and that will be their grand total score for map 2. So they're going to be in the lead by 83 points.
That's a close game right there, honestly.
Backdoor.
Less than 100 points. Backdoor. That for some reason that got me right there. Plus Chad talking about the feats thing after they called up to that was another just I don't know. It's been a cataclysm of insanity so far in this game, but Eternity's doing a pretty good job of like making the comeback right there after being down map 1. Again, we didn't catch map 1, but they were down about 300 points.
Yeah, definitely. So they have turned it around now. And once again, this is a best-of-1 format for this match because they're both European teams. So they have one shot at getting this right. And if you had one shot, one opportunity, they weren't ready.
Spaghetti.
No, you just totally messed that up. I'm done with you. You're banned again.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, keep banning unban me right there. At least nobody had to.
I never unbanned you. You're still banned.
Oh, I'm still banned? Okay, I can deal with
This ain't
that.
democracy. I'm the host.
This is true. Yes. Okay, so Eternity's on Survivor side, 42% tank. We don't have worms, obviously. It's going to be a Hunter, Charger, Jockey, and a Spitter going in. Jockey manages to land. Charger lands in the corner as well. Hunter's going for a pounce, and that's going to be a pretty good amount of damage. They got the Despot on Zoe as well.
Yeah, Friox's going to have to run through not only the Despot as well, as you mentioned, and he's going to be taking around 40 damage, dropping down to 63 HP. In fact, that's going to be 37 HP lost there in that first hit. And Twitch chat is officially catching up to you, laughing at that for literally like a minute.
I don't know what came over me right there. Yeah. More
It's kind of like when you get in a coughing fit, when it goes down, you know, the wrong hole, the water, you know, you just can't hold it back. But regardless, this is the Charger just skipping across the opening. What? It looked like he just started b-hopping while he charged.
It went bot. That was the problem. We do have a pull on that car. Horde's coming in as well. Jockey gets M2 and shut down, and Eternity are going to be forced to go back on this. And this tank is kind of close enough to where he could probably try to hit this car. That car is going in, bouncing off the side, almost catching Lewis in the face right there, too.
Indeed. So once again, tank up in the hands of God of War Sanchez. And he is going to go ahead and try and see what he can make happen here with this tank. They do need some sort of big tank here. They got to start working down that health bonus of Eternity because they're down by not much. It's under 100 points right now. I'll call him. What? Where did you get that from?
Kotek!
Did he say that? Oh, God, he did.
Oh boy, Sanchez is working his car in right here. Charger, Smoker, and a Hunter for the next hit. He actually has to commit with this, and again, I detest Charger in this area because it's so hard to land unless the survivors like run back into that open area. I've seen maybe it land on some odd tri-cap, but maybe that's like 5% out of the tanks we've seen here. Oh my god! That car ricocheted off the top of that tree right there, and the tank is going to reposition. He's actually chasing the survivors around with it right now. That car is going to go flipping up into the air. They're going to try to get the pickup. They really can't allow him to get that pickup, and the tank is going to jump in the middle right here, making scary noise with his fist. Nice speed going out as well. Charger going for the free charge manual land. That's a much better result. Rock landing as well. Tank getting a punch on a God frame survivor. He still has 3k HP. He should probably get out right now if I were him, and that's what he's going to do. That original car hit, though, that has some force behind it.
Yeah, that was really well played by him. Beautiful hit up Bull Patrol. And now he's going to go for a rock here onto Lewis. Not going to be able to land it, though. But he's just got a cheeky punch on him, hitting him towards the down survivor. And now Sanchez can hide a little bit longer. That is a boom landing onto Lewis as well here. And now he's going to start making his way up onto the roof here. Going to play a bit of a long tank from here on out, I guess. And Shimmy and Chris both bleeding out here. They both pop sets of pills. And this shall be how this tank plays out for the remainder of this 100 or 1100 HP, I should say. And I have a feeling melting upward that you literally had that copy and paste on your keyboard waiting for the day where you could actually paste that in Twitch chat.
And I gave it to him today. That was exactly what he needed. This car is going to go... Actually, he missed that first punch. He's going to go flying in there now, putting some weight behind that hittable. Hunter and a Charger for the next two spawns. He's on second pass. He's done a pretty good job. The first car in cap and a couple punches that he got put the survivors into 2 bleeding, which is kind of what you want from this tank. Usually that tank can get shut down pretty hard.
And I just realized Kotek said exactly what I was thinking when I saw those lyrics. Oh my god, you guys. We spent too much time together, chat. We gotta take a break.
Oh my goodness. Froxy's a little behind right there, but he manages to pick that smoker. Charger's gonna go and manage a nice double charge. Rock almost landing in there as well. Charger got a pound, and that Hunter's just bouncing up and down, M2ing everything. Pretty good strategy, I would say.
And indeed, now it looks like the survivors are going to try and take this crosshair. They have to try and negate these rocks that are being thrown at them. I believe Zoe actually dropped down by accident through the hole, so now she has to run back around here. Indeed, she has to. And it looks like another outside tackle will be coming up here very shortly. It's going to consist of a jockey, Charger, and a boom. So a good 2-1. Tank is about to go on second pass here. Boomer Rocketson gets one boom out onto Francis before being killed off. And yeah, Sanchez down to second pass, 35% rage. Jockey latching onto the boom star, dragging him away. That rock will not connect. Very close though, and that would have refilled his rage. And that's another Charger getting shut down here. Another rock coming out. That one connects, and that will refill his rage. And also in Cat Vago. So they are in a pretty bad spot right now.
Yeah, and he can actually still continue playing Bleed. That rock almost landing onto Feroxy, but does get skeeted right before landing. And Vigo actually is almost dead from his residual common. Rock going in again, not going to land. Sanchez doing a great job with this tank again. Another example of a tank on death toll with very little health, but making a lot out of it.
Yeah, they're not going to really have much health bonus as it stands right now. They have a 381, and 3 of them are bleeding out here. They're going to be taking a lot more in caps as this round progresses. And, yeah, Sanchez is playing one mean tank right now. 85% rage left on him, and the survivors really don't seem to know what to do right now. They're moving back and forth, and yeah, the jockey landing on one survivor. Charger whiffs. Hunter latches there out onto Bill, I believe that is, but that will be all she wrote before that hit. And now it looks like we're gonna see them actually back up yet again here, and I don't know what they're thinking.
Oh my god, that rock. That was so close to hitboxing someone over the top. Tank has 116 HP left. He's still just kind of throwing this in right here, and they're just going to LS him to death at this point, but they're going to keep bleeding. They know he's got to be super low. Rock going in for a hitbox, not going in. If this boomer lands, that would be pretty big. Charter's coming around from the side as well, and the tank is going to go AI now. Charter's not going to land. Boomer spawns up and does get popped, but again, the bleed out right there from that tank. 1 survivor perma-slow, 2 others in full bleed, no pills left to speak of.
And indeed, and that will be the tank finally being killed off by the survivors as he runs up to the fence, looks to climb it, but obviously that AI tank not the smartest, as guns are not good for him, and he will be killed off there by Zoe, aka Freoxity. And he actually is the main health bonus remaining here for Team Eternity. And that is also a witch being draw crowned now by Francis. I don't even believe that he meant to shoot her, but he did. In regards to there, is that coming in? Nice skeet there by Francis, though, as he backpedals through the map. He misses that crown. He gets hit once, and that's going to be a Charger punching him down, actually, when he got hit towards him.
Oh
that's
God.
Another in-cap onto Lewis. That's 3 in-caps. Chris, the only starter left up. Another witch going to go to town on Francis. Not going to be able to get the kill, but there's a spitter and jockey waiting in the wings there for this delay. They will get that delay pickup, or just that delay, I should say, in general. And yeah, now Chris going for the pickup onto Lewis, going to get scratched yet again. There he is latching on to Bill, but the jockey gets cleared along with the proxy out on Chris. And I don't know what's happening anymore. Spinner's going to have a respit here in a second, and Chris just can't get through his teammates. There's the spit, there's the pull, and that's going to be the wipe on the round out onto Team Eternity. And Kazoo Kids did exactly what they needed there with those SI. Wonderfully played.
Yeah, that tank was fantastic. Somebody's saying in chat they had more mileage in their car. I agree to that. That was fantastic for that, like, entire duration. First, the, like, hittable. They're asking why he didn't get the kill. I don't know if he was in the position to. He could have probably tried, but at the same point in time, like, that's fine in terms of just being able to pull out and play a rock tank like that against Eternity as well. And after that, like, they were rattled, you could tell. They were moving back and forth through the map, and they screw up the witch hit. Get hit by a couple pinners and a boomer at the same time. Froxy got jockeyed forward, and that's exactly what you want if you're Kazoo Kids. They have a huge chance to capitalize on Survivor side now.
Indeed, and once again, we saw Eternity coming into this round. Once again, this is the best of 1 because they're both European teams. But we saw Eternity coming into this round only like 50 points up on their opponents, that being Kazoo Kids. So it's an incredibly close game. First attack coming in, Jockey is shot down. Hunter does manage to land it. Charger whiffs, looks for a punch, doesn't even grab a single punch, and that's an attack completely obliterated. It's just the first 3 points from that Hunter and a single tick from, oh god, I have an announcement over the names. Shimmy of Team Eternity.
Indeed, and now they should be able to push forward. Maybe not completely through this choke quite yet, but they're definitely going to be ready to take the hit. And I'm interested to see Vector play, because I haven't seen him around in a while, but I know he was a long-standing member of Team France.
Indeed, very well known for that good team back in those days. And yeah, Smoker looking for ball here on the Zoe in the back. Not going to find it, though. It does get broken on one of the supports or of the railing. And there's a pull, another pull out, that, albeit out onto Lewis. Gets broken, though, yet again, though. Jockey now looking for a latch onto him. Gets one scratch onto him, but this Jockey will more than likely not land. Another scratch, though, onto Lewis. And that Jockey just picking him apart pretty much scratch by scratch. And there is the tank finally spawning up for Team Eternity in the hands of Shimmy. And he has a lot of work to do, to say the least, to keep this game close.
Hey, you know who else wasn't on Team France?
Soul.
Lock.
Oh, Lock.
Yeah, Soul was on Team France.
Yeah, I know. I was like, well, I have a 50-50 of saying this correct. I was like, I have both names in my head. I'm like, Soul.
One of them has to be correct. So it's going to be a Charger, Smoker, and a Hunter. Again, I hate Charger in this area, but this tank's going to commit, looks like, this with this car, and that's going to be interesting now. Car goes flying in! Oh my goodness, that almost clipped Bill on top of that train. The pull goes out, and he's actually going to elect to go reposition his hittable right here. Maybe he's going to send in for another long arc over that train car. Interesting call by the SI there, too, to have that Smoker go in to get the focus fire off that tank. Hitting his car back around, still on first pass. I like it though, Kiss Me. He's forcing the survivors into a different area.
Indeed. So let's see what they actually elect to do with this car and this play in general, over on the survivor half at least. Because, oh, are they going to play it downstairs? Ooh.
Oh,
I have not seen this room played in a very long time. This is Left 4 Dead 1 style-esque stuff. And we are going to see a real treat here as Shimmy wastes no time looking for the commit here. And the Stars are basically playing this room right here. This is what their whole game plan. And now the tank looking for a corner here. Does find one punch out onto Bill. Going to go ahead and get a nice double multi out onto both Zoe and Bill. And there's a charge. And just absolute destruction. A tri-punch. This tank is just ripping the Stars to pieces. But he only has 1200 HP left. Getting another double onto two Stars. Another double two. And he is just going ham. Melee on his back. He will die off. But that will be a lot of damage out onto Team Kazoo Kids. Everyone in the red and bleeding out except for Manzano. And that is going to be quite possibly spelling a wipe here throughout some point in this map for Kazoo Kids now. Which is really what they needed Eternity.
Yeah, and Vector screwed up a little bit, I'm pretty sure, because he was looking for that boomer up top, like, for an arc, and he stepped out, and the boomer just boomed him from the floor. Smoker pull does go out, does get kited and cleared. This should be Kazoo Kids retaking the lead, I'm pretty sure, right here, due to the fact that there's not, like, okay, yeah, they can get charged or something like that in the house, but at the same point in time, they have a pretty wide margin now in terms of distance points where they can eclipse what Team Eternity did. So they're going to keep pushing their way forward. They found a set of pills. Smoker, Hunter, Jockey, and the Spitter right here. And as long as they don't wipe on the Witch, they should be okay.
Indeed. If this Witch does manage to land, though, that definitely opens up the possibility of a tri-cap happening. There's a nice pull out onto Zoe, though, trying to aggro this Witch as much as they can. And she's not getting aggroed at all, though. So they're not actually able to set off. And yeah, I think that whole Witch crown was actually an accident by Francis. He didn't know exactly where she is. And yeah, that was a horrible mistake by Francis. She's actually over by the crooked big tree in the middle of the forest area. So yeah, that was just a really poor shot by Francis. Very unlucky, to say the least.
Yeah, so there's absolutely no reason to go after that Witch. No point incentive either in Ace Mod. Usually in Pro Mod, you say, oh, hey, it's 20 points, so we can get a little bit more, but literally no reason to go in for it right here. Boomer is going to go in. Charter is going to slap the door. Single boom did go out. Got a punch on to Lewis as well. A little bit of spit damage in the residual, but that's about it.
Indeed, we do see the damage bonus starting to tick down here, for Kazoo Kids, dropping down to a 32% already. So pretty much the health bonus is nearly gone almost. I mean, health bonus at 13%, that's being held by Manzano, obviously, and then health bonus or damage bonus being held by the other three survivors that have full temper at this point in time, and that is going to be 32%.
Yeah, I mean, as long as they can stay on top of these gravestones and not take a whole lot of damage, it'll be good for them. Boomer spawns up, gets a single boom right there. Jockey, Charger, and a Hunter for the next going in right here. Hunter gets nicely skidded by Sanchez, and that Charger got melted as well. Nice shutdown right there, Kiss Me.
Yeah, that was actually pretty good. So let's see what ends up happening here with the rest of this event. If they can actually manage to take out the rest of that health bonus. Pretty much they have full distance at this point in time. So we're going to once again really just see if Eternity can knock out the rest of the health bonus of Team Kazoo Kids. They are obviously back in the lead, that being Kazoo Kids, by around 138 points. Right? No, that's correct. 138 points.
Yeah, pretty close right now. I mean, that Boomer is going to get a single boom. Smoker's going to get a pull onto Sanchez. Smoker is going to get cleared as that Hunter goes in. These Hunters are getting absolutely annihilated so far, but Zoe's going to take a nice amount of spit damage, plus that residual common damage, too.
Indeed it is. So we're going to see probably an in-cap coming out here onto Vec and Savage here in a little bit. That second in-cap out onto Savage will obviously be his black and white life. So one more in-cap after that, and he will go, obviously, to the afterlife and be killed off here. So let's see what ends up happening here. Another attack looking to gear up. There's going to be at least 2 more here, depending on how well they can actually shut down these boomers and if they land or not. But it's going to be a boomer, hunter, charger, and a jockey here. Nasty 3-1. That charger can do a lot of work with these low HP survivors. Jockey gets in-cap. That might also be another in-cap. I don't know, Lewis here. No, they actually don't find it. One more scratch on the Vec would have been an in-cap, but they can't find that one either. And now Charger looking to run his way back in, but gets met with a buckshot full of shotgun shells. And actually, there's in-cap.
Yeah, they're in-cap from the common onto Vec. That was only going to be a matter of time, really, but now they do have Savage black and white here on the survivor side of things. They can start pushing their way in, I'm pretty sure, but there's going to be common, there's still going to be a hit, and they have to be careful that they don't have one survivor die or even wipe if they take that in-cap. It's going to be a Hunter, Spitter, Boomer, and a Smoker here. So pretty good for an open area, I would say, with that Hunter and Smoker combination. Let's see exactly what they decide to do. We're going to have that Boomer spawning up a little bit of a too long arc boom over that wall, not going to connect. And that should allow them to limp their way towards the safe room, but look at how slow these survivors are, Kiss Me. They are almost about to get wiped if they take like 3 in-caps right now.
Yeah,
Spit's gonna go down, and there's one of them.
Yeah, they're not in a very happy place right now, to say the least, but they are going to go ahead and take that first in-cap, as you mentioned. Smoker pull going out onto Bill. That Hunter getting obliterated before he even left the rooftop. And that's going to be pretty much the entire attack over and done with. There is still that Boomer in ghost form, but what can a lonely Boomer do to defend himself and his team from the enemy team making the safe room when they're right in front of it? There's one Boomer getting popped, showcasing what's going to happen to him, and there's nothing that's going to come out of it, but there's a nice Boomer proxying, actually, yeah, proxying Zoe, but that's it. I thought something else might come of it, maybe an in-cap of some sort, but nothing. They make it in the safe room, 88 health bonus, putting up to a score of 1,289, and they will be 241 points ahead of Team Eternity.
That's some Hamlet level shit right there. What can a lonely Boomer do when the team's that close to the safe room? To boom or not to boom, that is the question.
'Tis the East.
Yeah, exactly.
Something like that. I don't know how that goes.
Oh, Speedy Gonzalez is not Spanish.
What?
You know what I'm talking about.
Hota?
Hota. Hota.
I haven't casted a Hota game in a while.
He hasn't played.
Feeling the itch.
I think he might be playing today. I'm not sure though.
Yeah, actually, check the game info. You gotta have someone added from the team.
No, it's Vex, Dane, Miro, and Thug for Serenity instead, so we can't make any Hota jokes right now.
Hota, why you no play?
You think Sanchez is a dirty player?
What?
I say, you know, there are players who have reputations for being like not really scumbags. I bring it up because there's somebody in this game, I won't say who might have been potentially banned from it, and it's not Sanchez, it was somebody else who might have been banned from a tournament in the past, which I might have played against and had a little bit of an issue with. Just saying, you know, Left 4 Dead 2, hacking, things like that.
I don't know.
Food for thought. We do have a hit coming in right now. That Charger does get obliterated. Jockey gets shut down, and that Smoker got cleared as well. Looks as though there's gonna be, what is this? A witch hunt somewhere? Yeah, pretty close to it, right? And they're actually gonna go for the crown right now. Lewis is gonna get the easy crown.
Indeed, so that will be the witch out of the way here for the survivors, so they can easily progress through the rest of this map and make their way to the impending, or the unavoidable tank, to say the least. 31%. So indeed, it's right here. So actually pretty close to each other, the witch and tank. And it's going to be up in the hands of Freoxy. Pretty much the highest ping in the server right now for both teams. And we're going to see what he can make happen here for Eternity. He really can't let this tank go and like not do anything with it. He has to really do a lot of work here. A kill would be ideal, to say the least. Because even if Kazoo Kids do make the safe room at that point in time, you know, they can still, as long as they don't lose someone, they can make it with all 4 survivors and just claw back distance points alone. But let's see what ends up happening. Freoxy is bringing everything in. You know, he already bought the kitchen sink. He just has everything with him.
I like how you didn't catch that joke that I made either. Chat just caught up to what I was doing. I think, you know, Kiss Me's not going to catch this, and they got it, so it's okay.
I'm confused. Oh, okay. You're a horrible person.
Charger, Jockey, and a Smoker for this potentially commit hit right here. Broxy trying to work his way in, and let's see, that's going to be the car flying through the air. I mean, he's got all of his hittables in pretty much, and this is what you mentioned with the kitchen sink. Zoe almost caught that one right there too.
And he can even get the dumpster that's right behind him in the corner. He's going to. Oh my god. He's literally bringing everything, and that's going to be a total of 5 hittables if he brings the dumpster that's in the alleyway. And I think he's going. Yeah, he's going to. Oh my god. This guy literally has more hittables than it's 5. He literally has 5 hittables at least that he's brought in alone.
He has 6. He has that other car too, and this is what you talk about. That hittable is gonna go. He actually has 7. He has 7 hittables. All of them just dancing around the survivors right here. This is one of the funnest tanks to play when you have that much material to work with. Trying to get the corner onto Savage right there. Dumpster's gonna go flying back in. Not gonna catch much of anything though. Tank now does get the corner onto Savage. Charger is gonna create a distraction behind right there. One more punch will get the in cap. But Kidz, for all those hittables, none of them landed.
Yeah, he really didn't do the best work with the hittables, although the SI really weren't the type that could actually help him out with that either. So he didn't really have the whole setup to actually work his way in with. And, you know, it does happen. It's unfortunate, but they do manage to get at least that one in cap out onto Savage. Or Savage. I don't know why I enunciated that so weirdly. But regardless...
Enunciated?
What?
Enunciated, maybe?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
That's like tomato, tomato. What?
Hota.
You can say enunciated and enunciated. What?
Jota.
Hota.
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 Hergeburn.
I still remember what I said that I thought said Hergeburn. I remember something on Swamp Fever in the Village. That's all I remember.
It was. Nice double cap though. Jockey landing. Charger's gonna go inside, gets a punch as well. But you know what? Kazoo Kids are still in really good shape for that tank. He brought like 7 or 8 hittables, which is the maximum you could actually bring on that map, and plus the kitchen sink, as we mentioned before. But if you just kite those hittables correctly on Survivor, there's not a whole lot that you can do in terms of, like, as long as you just don't eat the random dumpster and/or car, unless you really punch yourself into a corner, it's not going to work. And he got the corner onto Savage, but still, Kazoo Kids are looking great right now.
Yeah, I mean, they have over an 1,100 health bonus as it stands right now, making their way towards the event. So they have quite a ways to go here, but they're sitting very high up there in the health bonus pool yet again. And Eternity really has to start making some big SI hits happen here. They need, like, the gods of ESET to grace them with something here, because they have quite a ways to go yet again. And, you know, well, I can't say Eternity has a long way to go. They don't have any way to go because they're on SR right now. But anyway, that's a pop going out from Zoe out onto the Boomer. Smoker missing the pull there. Spitter gets shut down in the front, and this Smoker is not going to find anything. Actually, Smoker was killed off. Never mind.
I guess you could say Eternity has to wait in eternity, right?
I would like to thank everyone for tuning into this broadcast tonight. I'm leaving.
Oh, right. Yeah, listen, I had to make at least one pun about it. You know what the Kazoo Kids thing's from, too, right?
What do you mean?
Have you ever seen the Kazoo video?
Oh, yeah, freaking Poochie showed me.
Yeah.
That's the most annoying freaking video I've ever seen.
I love it. I absolutely love it. It's just one of those memes that can be applied to Left 4 Dead 2 community as well, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, that's what you meant. I just saw what you said on Steam.
Yeah, yep, yeah.
I now understand.
Yep, so there's that too, but we have a Spitter, Jockey, Charger, and a Boomer coming in right here, and you know what, they could just afford to keep feeding Savage pills and just, like, chill out the entire time right here. I mean, it's 180 common, in comparison to Dark Carney thinks 300. Boomer's not going to land, Jockey does manage to land the corner with a spit. That'd be 2 survivors common locked over there, Vector taking a lot of damage.
Definitely, and they're going to go ahead and try to clear out as many of these common as they can before the next hit looks to gear up as they go ahead and continue working their way through that common, obviously. But looks like they're lagging out, maybe, Swatters? No, they're still there. Never mind. I just saw them, like, stop. They all stopped moving for a second. I was like, what's happening?
They're repositioning, reloading, doing what they needed to do, I guess. Like I said, this has become the new meta, because in Pro Mod, this was a never-ending horde, and in Ace Mod, obviously, you can hold it out the entire time if you want to. That's why this map has turned into a huge bonus map, instead of just a, like, double white fest almost going out with the amount of damage that gets taken in that alleyway. If you can wait the common out, it's like one hit. Yeah, you can still take, like, a charge spit damage, but you have a much better chance of clearing. Spitter, Charger, Hunter, and a Jockey going around right now. Jockey bouncing its way in. We do have that Hunter landing too, but again, that Charger got melted from behind that fence, so there's really not a whole lot it could have done.
Indeed, there wasn't really much to be had, as you mentioned, but now Vec is going to drop down into the yellow, and they have 3 sets of pills left on themselves to make this event happen, and they're in a pretty good spot. There's no way, in my opinion, that they're not going to make this safe room unless some sort of godly SI attacks start happening here, but Savage is on the brink of needing to pop one along with the Vec, which will leave them with 1 set of pills left on Manzano. In fact, there goes Savage popping his set, and now it's down to whenever Vec wants to pop his, which are not moving right now, so there's no point in actually popping it.
Yeah, indeed there is not, and it's going to be a Jockey, Smoker, Boomer, and a Hunter, and that's the end of the Horde, so this is going to be Kazoo Kids pushing their way forward right here in a pretty good spot.
Indeed, they are. And now they do hear that Hunter, as Zoe points out, so there's going to be a Jockey, Smoker, Boomer, and a Hunter in this spawn rotation. So Smoker for pulling the back, not going to find it. Tongue gets broken on the generator as Lewis just ducked behind it. Boomer lands the double boom at the very last second, nicely arced by him. And that's going to be the entire attack over and done with a little bit more Horde drawn in towards Kazoo Kids. But at this rate, it really does look like Kazoo Kids are going to win this game because this is a big health bonus. I mean, it was pretty much tied going into this round, but still, that's a big health bonus. And with only 1 map left after this, if Eternity does not answer here, I just don't see this happening.
Yeah, chat's asking why Pooji isn't playing, and I accidentally asked her when the match time was. I do apologize for that.
Oh.
Yeah, that's my bad. I forgot that there was a Rossi switch that occurred. Might be sorry for that publicly here. I asked her like, hey, when's your match, and then
You're a mean person, Rose. But anyway, that's a beautiful hit happening actually out in the survivors. Lewis and Zoe both eating a lot of damage from that spit spread. Wow.
Yeah, that was pretty damn good right there. I mean, that charger kind of slid on the wall and then slid into the trash cans. What? Wow, what?
Wow.
Wow?
No, we just both said wow at the same time. We're like, wow, wow.
Wow. Fantastic gameplay right there. Nice chapter score, too. Holy shit. That's not as good as what we saw HCP do, but hey, 1,300... Oh, okay, I almost had a OCD moment right there. Would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, but it's 1,324 instead.
No, Rose, it is 1, 2, 3, 4.
What?
It is 1, 2, 3, 4.
It is 1, 2, 3, 4?
They're out of order, Rouse. Fix it.
I can't, dude. I can't just suddenly take a chapter score of over 1,000 points and give them 100 less to fix my own OCD.
God, it is so freaking hot in my room. I'm like trying to cast with the air off, but at the same time, if I do that, it just starts like heating up. It's like a freaking sauna. I will take my winter back. But regardless, we are going live here with the second half of the 4th map. Eternity over on your Survivor side with obviously Kazoo Kids on the SI now. And they are looking to put a stomp here out onto Eternity and trying to keep the score delta that they currently have of 1,600 points going into the finale, which would pretty much wrap things up entirely. And that would spell the end. But regardless, the attack makes its way in here, though. Everything getting obliterated by Eternity. They are not going down without a fight. And I have to say, looking at Eternity, they have a pretty strong roster. So I'm very surprised to seeing, you know, they're getting handled by Kazoo Kids like this.
Which is going to get crowned. And again, they were okay, but then that map 3 shift that put them ahead by like 200 points in terms of Kazoo Kids, that's going to put the pressure on now for Team Eternity to make this safe. And the tank is up into the hands of the one and only Vector for Kazoo Kids.
And indeed it is. So let's see what they have in store for us as Vector makes his way around the fence here with the hitables. And he's going to, I wonder if he's going to bring everything. You know, make a garage sale out of it.
That double boom landing is going to slow the survivors down as well, and I think Vector is going to do just that, working his dumpsters into play. He's got 2 in front right there. Now he's got 3 into his hands, throwing there's 4 hittables literally right in front of him, and that's going to be a dumpster spinning its way, not going to be quite in yet. That dumpster is going to be in. That car is working its way in. Boomer gets another single boom. That dumpster is going to ricochet off the church, and it's in the backyard right there. That car is in play. He's going to work to his right-hand side. That dumpster not quite in play yet. He's smacking it around. He's still on first pass, 40%. So he could actually get this in and then go get the other 2 hittables too. That dumpster is definitely in. But he's actually going to decide to move to the right-hand side here, waiting for a second, and might decide to commit in from here. Indeed, I think he's going to work towards getting that dumpster out of that corner first, and then might roll his way in to where the survivors are. And they're actually pushing him far, getting a little bit more chip onto him. Feroxy looking for that along with Vigo. He's going to try to whack his dumpster in from here, taking out the trash, going to bounce off the sign right there. And now he's going to knock that dumpster into play. That one's out. And he's already thinking about 1K chips for this Kiss Me, and he's going to have to commit it.
He is not having a good time. Beautiful dumpster hit, though. That almost ended up connecting on the survivors, but they managed to just part in the perfect position. And that's going to be a corner onto Lewis here as he's stuck out by the pole. 2,300 HP left on the tank. The SI are going to come in for the support here. They do have that tri-cap possibility. That's one down onto Lewis here. Charger hits onto Bill, dragging him like up against the paper or newspaper stands there. There is a dumpster hit onto him, and that's going to be pretty much probably all they're going to get with this tank. He is actually going to go ahead and back out now, but they do get those 2 in caps, but those are definitely big in caps. And now they're going to go for the pickup onto Lewis here. Vec might opt to delay it. No, he's actually going to let the pickup go out.
I need some help.
Yeah, I don't know if he can do a whole lot delaying with that right now due to the fact his health is so low. He could try to back up into the corner and get that other dumpster that's behind that car and maybe go for a Hail Mary something, but instead he's going to keep moving his way to the left. Throwing a rock in right there is going to get skeeted. Hunter's pouncing around. Boomer gets a spawn behind, manages to get a single boom. We're going to have that rock going in is going to get skeeted. And now he is going to do what I talked about. I think he's going to move towards that dumpster and go for the Hail Mary. Dumpster is going to get hit, skipping over the top of the roof and not going to land.
Indeed, it looked like he might have gone for that commitment onto Lewis there, but he's actually going to opt to stay out of that, as he doesn't want to die off just yet. He still has 40% rage left, and he could land one last second rock here or punch if his team could just help him out. So that'll be another 24 damage, helping him out here and his team in the grand scheme of things. So he's going to just go ahead and work his way towards this dumpster. Going to look to maybe put this inside the building, but there is a double cap happening inside the building in the meantime. But yeah, that's going to be all she wrote here. This tank, I have a hard time believing he's going to fit this through that window.
I don't think so. Oh, that lag was interesting right there. You saw the tank actually die mid-air. And, okay, Turney's still in an okay position, but they're already behind, I'm pretty sure, in terms of where Team Kazoo Kids was at this point, because they took 2 in caps at that tank.
And indeed there are. Yeah, so it's pretty much the exact same health bonus. It's literally a 7-point differential in favor of, obviously, Eternity. They're up by 7 points right now, health bonus-wise, but that's not going to stay that way. If they make this map with, like, a 200 health bonus, I think that would be a lot at this point. So let's see how well they can buckle things down here and trek the way towards a safe room. But once again, at this point, I feel like it's all but said, or all but confirmed, I would say, that Kazoo Kids are probably going to win this game.
It's definitely looking that way. We do have that charge landing in the back as well onto Chris, who is permanent HP that gets the pound as well. Smoker's looking for something that's almost an in-cap onto him, and that's definitely going to continue the trend in that direction. Smoker is still alive right here. But yeah, and Kazoo Kids taking control after that 3rd map.
Indeed, they have been. So let's see if Eternity actually opts to hold this out. I can't see them holding this out. I don't think it makes sense, but they're going to hold it out. Why? 3 survivors completely bleeding out here. Only 1 pill on them. I do not agree at all with this.
Yeah, this is going to be 3 survivors bleeding the entire time. I know they don't want to rush it, but at the same point in time, they're going to sit in this corner now, bleed out for the entire 180 commons, and they're not going to have people fast to capitalize on anything. So this is going to suck for them. Like, even though these hits are easy to shut down, if anything lands whatsoever, or if they just sit here the entire time, they're going to be slow. Going to be a Jockey, Hunter, Spitter, and a Charger for the first one from the Kazoo Kids. Let's see. That Charger wants to come from the awning, it looks like, or wants to maybe hop over to get behind them, but they're having issues making the jump. Interesting. So that Hunter's going to come from the side now instead. Jockey coming as well, going for a Deagle speed onto that Hunter. Long charge going in, not going to land, but the Jockey manages to latch onto Lewis for even more damage. Charger gets a single punch as well.
Indeed, so pretty good damage there. Vex saying, always a player playing cup matches getting dosed. Is he actually getting hit?
I think he could be.
I don't think so. His ping's still green.
Yeah.
Liar.
I don't know, but he's been dealing with that stuff for a while, I'm pretty sure. Charger, Smoker, Boomer, and a Spitter for the next hit coming out right now. Let's see. That Smoker wants to spawn in the front. Charger and Spitter from the side. Smoker's going to go for the pole, managing to land it for a split second, does get insta-cleared. Charger trying to rocket in, slams into the telephone pole, gets not a whole lot of anything, but there's the down onto Peroxity.
Indeed it is. Now we're going to have to start just continuing to hold up this event here. And as I mentioned, this really just isn't worth it. Let's see if he decides to pop those set of pills or if he's going to hold it even longer here. He is black and white now, though, obviously, and with Vago, the only other survivor who took an in-cap, and he is on his first in-cap. So they have quite a ways to go here, and he does actually end up popping that set of pills, so now no pills left here for Eternity. 2 slow survivors. Shimmy the only solid HB left here for them, and yeah, that's just not looking good for them at all. The Horde is starting to trickle out here, but yeah. Jockey actually in a really far separation land out onto Vego, downing him inside the spit as well. Not like that really matters, but nice boom, double boom happening in the background. Jockey now looking for another latch on the one survivors here as he passes around. That pull onto Bill lowers up to an in-cap of his own. And it looks like, yeah, the Jockey's going to go ahead and back out, look for a bit of a distraction here on the other two remaining survivors that are up, and look to secure a double cap here at some point.
Yeah, and with those two down, still a lot of Horde trolling. Hunter's going in. Here comes the pounce managing to land, but that Jockey did get speeded right before landing. Vigo is almost dead. The spitter could troll on that. I believe the spitter actually is going to, managing to get the spit out before the entire pickup goes. And now this charger is going to come from behind the bus right here, going in, not going to land. Spit does down, and actually isn't hitting Zoe. It's like a foot away. That probably would have been a kill.
Thanks, Phil.
Yeah, that would have probably ended up being that kill as you mentioned. And yeah, so Vego black and white here, Peroxide also black and white. They're all slow at this point except for Shimmy, who is the only survivor above 40 HP at 42. And yeah, they're really hurting right now.
Yeah, they're in a difficult spot right here, and this is going to be putting them behind by over 1,000 points, I'm pretty sure, almost, going into this last map if they elect to play. It's going to be a Hunter, a Jockey, a Smoker, and another spawn coming into queue in a second is going to be a Spitter. Let's see what happens here. They're going to have that Hunter at the top trying to go for a damage pounce, and there is still a little bit of common coming in the back. We do have that Smoker managing to land. Hunter gets skeeted, but that is going to be the pull going on to Chris for another in cap, and there's almost no bonus to speak of on Team Eternity whatsoever at this point.
Indeed, the only real bonus left is probably that one on top of Shimmy, that solid HP, obviously. And then once they manage to pick up the here, that damage bonus should go up a little bit. Indeed, it's going to go up to a 6%, but still, that's only going to put it up to a 132 health bonus. And yeah, this just doesn't look good. Vego does find a set of pills in the side room to the right, immediately popping them so that he doesn't die here. But Freoxity, 11 HP left, black and white. Chris as well, black and white, and he has 26 HP. So two survivors at risk of dying here if they are not cleared quickly from the grasps of the SI.
I'm gonna die.
They could make the safe room with this, but again, it's going to put them behind what we saw Kazoo Kids do. There's a nice pull, Jock going out in the back. That is going to be the death onto Chris. Charger gets a fist onto Zoe as well, and that's going to be 3 survivors for Eternity limping their way to the safe room, making it inside 26-13 to 18-19, heading into the last map. So that's obviously a large differential for Team Eternity to deal with at this point, but they're going to try their best moving into map 5. Again, Death Toll map 5, not really a comeback map unless they get that original tank wipe, but that's been a few and far between occurrence so far.
Oh god, I'm stretching.
Is that what that is? You're good? Okay,
Yeah,
good.
I'm stretching.
It's been a long day.
I haven't
today,
left this
Kidz.
chair in like, what? Been here since like 5?
Yeah,
11
fuck, man.
hours. It's gonna be 11 hours by the end of this.
It is. That's pretty insane.
Good god.
We've had ourselves a day.
It's been a long one.
It has. The 6 a.m. cast was the new thing.
That was pretty nutty. And I mean, those could still happen, obviously, if we have 2 Asian teams facing each other. So I am expecting plenty of those.
Yeah, I mean, that could happen again, so I'd be down for it, but, like, this last game I think we have to deal with is EOS versus Pubstars, and that's tomorrow, right?
Yes, that would be the last
What
game that
time?
we'll be able to cover. I have no idea. I think it's like 3 or something EST.
That sounds about right, okay. See exactly when it is, but Eternity right here, looking to actually get kicked out of the Bleed Out tournament due to the fact that Kazoo Kids is playing this game darn well in this match. We do have that Boomer getting killed, another Hunter getting skied, and these hits are staggered, Kiss Me.
Yeah, they're just not able to get these SI in cleanly, and it might be Eternity just kind of throwing in the towel at this point in time. Zoe getting locked inside the door, though. It looks like Francis might make headway for this, which in fact is going to do just that with all the spawns down. Gets that easy pump shot on her chest, and that will be her being killed off. Tank will be about 73% of the way through the map, which should be out here in the open area. And yeah, this will be the beginning of the end as we move into the final map. Yet again, guys, thank you very much for joining us so far. You're watching Kazoo Kids take on Eternity in the Bleed Out tournament. Lower brackets round number 1. Loser of this game is going to go home, and by that I mean be knocked out of the tournament. And so far, it seems like that's going to be Eternity because they're currently 800 points and climbing down of their opponents.
Yeah, obviously a best of one series right here as well. Charger, Hunter, Spitter, and another spawn for Team Eternity coming into the queue in a second, though. We are going to have a tank up for them first into the hands of Feroxity once again. And let's see exactly what he can do with this. Again, he needs that wipe, I would say, and I would like to see him bring in all 3 hittables.
Yeah, I mean, once you do that, you can really corner off where the survivors are allowed to take it. You can push them back into the garage by the safe room, which is a pretty nice place to take the tank, in my opinion. If you're SI, because it's just a really enclosed area. Spit actually does work if you wanted to roll in with that, if you still have that spawn available. But yeah, Boomer have pretty easy spawns, and then really the only thing SI that has a problem is Charger if they're up on the crates or the shelves.
Yeah, it looks as though Kazoo Kids are going to work their way into the open area right here, and the tank is going to move around, getting his car from the forward field right there and knocking it into better position. This hit should have it in. Actually, that car is going to go spinning to the left-hand side. That is technically in, but again, he's going to be in an iffy position with that one. He might have to push back to the right-hand side and get his other. He's on second pass already. This should be the commit. The Spitter is still up as well, too. Little bot Spitter working its way in, maybe going to try to help out the tank here in its fight. Charger, Hunter, and a jockey for the commit. I don't know if I like there, and I'd rather have a smoker, I'd say, in this area. But it's actually going to separate the survivors. Lewis going to be taking a little bit of damage from that, too. Tank getting the long arm corner over there. Car going in, not going to land onto that survivor, though. Francis getting cornered, and actually that punch is going to miss. Tank going to launch a car in from the opposite side over the survivor's head. They should be able to push into him and almost kill him at this point. The SI support is going to be coming into play soon, too. Nice punch going out there. Turning around, trying to get another punch. Nice double cap going out. Charger's going to land a 3 cap. That's going to be Team Eternity with only 1 survivor left after that pin gets cleared. Now there's 2, obviously, but the tank is missing punches right here. Getting a punch onto Vector. That was a nice 3 cap, I'd say, Kiss Me, but it's not going to be the wipe.
Yeah, indeed. Unfortunately, Feroxity kind of froze up there when that tri-cap did land. He started looking around, but he didn't just turn around on top of Francis and look for that in-cap on top of him. So a little unfortunate for him, but it does happen, obviously. You just kind of freeze up during tank when things happen sometimes, and it just gets to you. But regardless, that will be 2 in-caps happening. Vec almost taking one as well. But Manzano, the only green star left. God of War Sanchez does get picked up, though, and pops a set of pills. And they will be able to continue the way through the map here. 1 set of pills left on themselves. They might actually just pop it on the Vec. Indeed, they will.
Indeed, we're going to have a Spitter, a Boomer, a Charter, and another spawn coming up relatively soon. That Boom does manage to get a single Boom right there. And let's see, they could actually hit at the awning up here. They're going to have 1 survivor slow in a second, but Kazoo Kid's in pretty good shape. That Charter's going to swap in there. Madden get leveled by Sanchez. Spit's going to go down. Nothing much going right there except for that little bit of spit damage at the end and a little bit more into Francis.
Indeed. So let's see what the rest of this game holds in store for us as Kazoo Kids make their way to the dock up ahead, looking for those 4 sets of pills, and then they will be able to hold out pretty much until the next tank. Once again, this is going to be one of those games where I just don't see the team being able to beat that secondary tank. We've had literally like 1 instance of a team actually making the boat, so it's a pretty rare feat.
Yeah, and we do have a single Boom going out right here. We do have that Hunter and Jockey coming in from the front with that Smoker pull in the back. That's almost a 2 cap going out right there, but that is going to be a quick clear onto that Hunter. More damage going out onto the Kazoo Kids. They're going to get 4 sets of pills, but again, Kiss Me, because of Ace Mod, that tank is at 600 points right now, so it's not as... Actually, it's actually more like devastating if you don't wipe out that first tank. They get punished even more instead of 400 points.
Yeah, it definitely does pay to make it to that second tank if you're on a survivor team, especially if you're winning, because it just makes that distance that much greater. And once you make it to this point, you're pretty much guaranteed to make it to the tank. It's really hard to wipe from here to the tank because there's just not that many good SI spawns to work with.
Indeed, and it's going to be a Jockey, Spitter, and a Charger for the next right here as they've gotten that event relatively underway. They can stand up here now. They have 2 sets of pills on them, and then there are none left on the docks. That's all they're going to get right here. And again, this second tank can get slaughtered really, really, really easily. They seem to be fast, I would say, to do it, and then have the Uzis melt that tank back. We should have the other spawn coming into queue right now. It's going to be a Smoker. So they should be able to get maybe a little bit of separation and possibly some scratches on this as well. We'll see what they decide to do. Charter's going to spawn long over there. We do have a pull going on to Sanchez. Not going to complete, however. Charter's going to go in and slams into a rock and dies.
I mean, that'll do it to you. I mean, running into a rock definitely could hurt. That's all I got.
That's all you got. That's it.
Yeah.
The Charger running into a rock and dying. All right. Not bad, not bad. Guess me, you're getting there soon. I've already made my eternity pun. I don't know what else I can really come up with yet. Oh, no, I have an idea now. Okay. Smoker, Charger, Boomer, and a Hunter going in for Team Eternity right here. And let's see, that's going to be a Boom going out. And the rest of the SI Swans are spawning up over there. Sanchez is going to get pulled. We have Bill on that rock over there alone. Nice double cap lane, but Sanchez is going to get in-capped over there. And Savage is just chilled on top of that rock.
Indeed, he is. So that Smoker's going to go ahead and run away now, trying to save himself. That being Chris. And he only has 74 HP left. That was actually a nice deagle shot that hit him in the back of the head. And he's still getting picked at here, but they can't find that last shot with that deagle out onto him. But yeah, so we have all the pills popping out for Team Kazoo Kids. I don't believe there's any more on the dock. Indeed, there is not. So they are pretty much... They're pretty much bare right now. This is all they got left.
Yeah, this is going to be pretty much it. We do have that Spit overshooting the dock on the Tri-Boom. That really sucks. That's going to be a stumble off into said Spit, though. A little bit more damage going out onto Manzano. And this poor Smoker cannot get a single pull right here. He's just having his tongue cut again and again and again by Francis until he eventually dies. That's the saddest Smoker I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, that was a little unfortunate for him, obviously, and it looks like it might be a little mad at what just happened there. Or Vec might just be trolling. I'm not too sure. Maybe he's also lagging out. That's a possibility, as his ping is actually pretty high.
I like how it goes from first someone's mad, then someone's trolling, but wait, he has 200 ping. We expect this community to do stuff like this at the time. I think Scup said in chat that he thinks this community's trash. That's not very nice, Scup.
Is he wrong? I mean, it's not LTD niceness, but I mean, come on.
The TFPG niceness?
That too.
Uh-huh.
That's even worse because I had friendly in it.
Yeah, it did. Oh, God. Boomer, Spitter, Hunter, and a Jockey for this next hit coming up. We have that Hunter going in again. Savage is just playing like an absolute savage over there. Like, there is absolutely no way anything's going to land on him on top of that rock. That Jockey, though, did land on his teammate in the front there. Quickly cleared kind of a little bit of common damage, residual chip, and also that Boomer getting a couple scratches. So, obviously, they're going to die at the tank. They don't have enough survivors fast to kill said tank, but they're going to get all 600 points.
Indeed they will. So let's see what ends up happening here. 93% or 93 HP left. 5.5 of the grand total HP left on them. And pretty much everyone bleeding out here except for Manzano. But they are all going to be slow here in a few seconds as God of War Sanchez is at 47. He is the highest HP survivor. Everyone else underneath 40. And they are just really in dire straits right now. There's a pull trying to go out onto Bill here. Does that tongue cut though. And that is really the story here for these smokers in this game. Just 1,000 tongue cuts over and over. And it's going to be a pull out onto Manzano, trying to make him slow as well, which he already was. But they are trying to get the in-cap onto him. That is going to be his first in-cap, so now he's going to be bleeding upon pickup as well. And, I mean, he's always railing into the tank, but it just isn't going to happen.
Okay, so the tank is alone.
He's throwing.
He is throwing currently. There's going to be a rock going. He's throwing rocks, I think you meant to say. And then he is going to go over to a bigger rock over here, picking up another rock, throwing it in, trying to land it, but he has just about 2k HP left. They could push him, but they're actually going to go to the dock. I don't like that call. I would death push this tank right now, even though we're slow.
I guess you could say this tank wants to rock.
Was there supposed to be? Oh, okay. All right, I was going to say, where... I thought there was some kind of pun coming,
hint?
but...
That was a...
No, I didn't need a hint. I don't understand what just happened. Please, someone help me.
I'm cringing though, but anyway, let's keep going on with this cast.
Really hard over you.
Anyway, Sanchez is on the brink of dying off here. He's at 1 HP, 2 in caps, and he is just really on a hope and a prayer right now that nobody looks at him or looks his way, because even a Spitter could just destroy him. That's a beautiful Scrim Network announcement right there. That is some artwork. Anyway, that's a try to drop in, gets a punch. Nice hunt as well. Out onto, I believe it was Lewis. Francis is getting pulled here, and this is going to dispel the end here for Kazoo Kids. 2,000 HP left on the tank for Eternity, held in the hands of Shimmy. And yeah.
Jimmy's dancing around over there, man. He's shaking. How many awful puns can we forklift into this freaking cast? Kiss me, no, not like this. Oh god, this rock. Oh, excuse the hunter!
Destroyed.
Oh, that was beautiful right there. That rock just absolutely nailed that hunter in the face. And the tank is AI. They're gonna get points, aren't they? Or does the tank have to die first?
I think they get points.
Oh, that's even more unfortunate. Oh, Charter's going in. Not going to land the wipe right there. AI tank going in. Lewis is still up, and they are getting incremental points. They actually get... What the... Wait a minute. Where did that tank go?
Yeah, that's definitely not 6,000 HP.
Where
I think
did that tank go?
I've never seen that happen. It just disappeared. The boat spawn. The boat waits for nobody.
What just happened? The tank just disappeared off the face of the planet.
You can see the tank was all pooped out.
It was. It was gone. It just freaking evaporated. I don't get it. What in the hell did we just see?
I don't know.
Competitive L4D2 has lost it. Like,
Yeah,
that's
I'm
it.
confused.
I'm really confused right now.
Being an adult.
Alright. Okay. Oh, somebody was detagged. Well, that's not very
that's
nice.
a bannable offense right there.
Yeah, exactly. Kiss me. Tell him you have to wear your tag.
No, I'm not gonna be an ass. It's okay. He's out of the tournament anyway already. Ooh.
That's unfortunate. Kiss me.
That's unfortunate.
You're such a
What? He's the one who untagged.
That's true. And then they're saying, "Kiss me, leave the puns to rails" in chat. See, chat understands.
No.
They haven't caught that AI tank part yet, though. I don't think they're gonna get to it though. And Vigo's going. He's motoring forward right here. His tags are off, and he's just gonna probably try to kill him even more common. I don't know if they're gonna fight this tank or death push it or what, but
He's like, you can't kick me off the team. I quit. But anyway, Bill going in for the crown now on the witch is gonna nail it. So they are definitely still in this somewhat, and they're gonna make their way over to the tank coming up here.
what?
I'm reading Twitch chat.
Yeah, kiss me. That's my reason to leave this. That's my reason to unfollow. Super absurdist, you know. Having the time right there. I mean, eternity. Like, obviously, they didn't spend an eternity in this tournament. Their time was cut a little bit short. And unfortunately for them, Kazoo Kids Savage has the tank, and that means he's going to play a Savage tank. And why are we pausing?
I don't know. Maybe they want to, I don't know.
Have him retag.
No, I'm not going to do that. It's already
Have
over.
him retag.
It's already over. I'm not going to be that guy who just, like, is a stickler through and through. Like, obviously, they're kind of upset. Obviously, they're kind of upset, so I'm not going to, you know, poke the hornet nest with a stick that's on fire.
Vigo's pushing this tank. He shot it once. It's dead. It has 21 HP gone from it, so single boom's out. I mean, it's still mathematically possible. We say this literally every time we're here on this map, don't we? It's still mathematically possible, but the probability is not very good at the moment. Savage is on top of this, about to maybe try to throw a rocket or commit. It's going to be a jockey smoker and a charger. A little bit more residual horde coming out. I don't know, but I'm saying he's probably going to commit here. Yeah, he's going for it. He's going to go in, pushing his hittable inside, going for a spinning hit onto one of the survivors. Not going to land quite. He hit the survivor behind him, too. I think he probably could have back punched that guy. But he's going to miss that slap right there onto that barrier. He's going to try to card the dude who's behind a pole. Not going to work. Aside before getting shut down, there should be an in cap on the Chris. Indeed, it is. Car hit is going to go out. Now, almost whipping Zoe around that tree. He does get a punch onto Zoe, and he is going to die, but not before getting a second punch, following up on Ferocity.
You'll be okay.
Indeed. So we do see Eternity making their way past the tank here. 854 is a help bonus. With the pickup, it's going to push it up to a 1,089. So still mathematically impossible. Yes, yes, yes. They could still do this. If they do, I will go out and buy a hat because I don't own any, and I will eat that hat.
All right, yep, you need to go buy one of those Make America Great Again hats that I see all the kids wearing nowadays. What?
Good times.
Good times, good times. Spitter, Charger, Jockey, and a Hunter coming up next. All those just flying in right there, landing on a two survivor. That's a beautiful hit going onto the survivor. That's going to be damage bonus getting completely destroyed. And he actually jumps in the fire barrel.
Indeed, he's actually burning here. Chris is on fire. It's just dying off very quickly here. But they will be able to pick him up in time and continue the way through the map here. Francis also jumping into the burn barrel there for a second. Why?
I'm reloading.
Why did he do that? He's like, hey, that looks hot. What the hell?
Oh, we are losing it. We are absolutely. I am literally doing ellipticals around the map right now in my spec camera. Like I am just.
Ellipticals? What?
Yeah.
You're just doing
ellipticals.
circles?
Yes, I am doing circles around in my spec camera right now. Vigo's a little bit separated right here. That's not necessarily the best position you want to be in. This is now a 2-cap. That's going to be the clear going out. Charge is going to go in, managing to take Vigo all the way into the water on the other side. And yeah, that's not how you want to play yourself positionally on here.
Yeah, definitely. So we'll see Vago take an end cap along with Freoxity and Chris. That's going to be 3 end caps out onto the Eternity team here. And they're going to need to pick up all those sets of pills and start their event run here. But yeah, I think something really weird is going to happen here in this game. Boomer rocketing out, gets a double boom out to Zoe and a Bill. So a good start there to this event, if they even started it yet, which I don't even know if they did.
I expected Kiss Me to own a fedora.
I actually don't.
Neither do I.
I don't know. I feel like I should go check what hats I own.
I don't know what Kushi expected out of that, but you know, this is also a textbook example of how to not position with your team. Vigo's on the other side over there, just kind of like, I don't know, trying to.
They're not giving him pills.
No,
he's just
not.
running away.
Yeah, he is. Oh no, he's coming over. He's coming over. He's on his way. He's working his way over.
Oh, he fell. They're just screwing with them. No, they're just screwing with them, and it's great.
Take off your tag, you don't get any pills. That's how it works. He's just gonna go down himself to common. He's actually still just running around. He's gonna get pulled eventually. Yeah, there we go. That's gonna be the end cap going out onto Vigo. Now the question is, do they revive him?
Probably not, I gotta say. They're gonna go ahead and clear that Hunter, though, I'm sure. And yeah, let's see if they actually decide to go and clear Vago here. They do actually clear him, but will Zoe go for the pickup? It looks like she is going to, actually. So they're gonna let him get up and start running around again. But I don't think anything's really gonna come from this. And they actually gave him a pill.
Yeah, they did. Now
And he runs away.
We are very easily entertained here.
It's just like reading their movements and where they're going and stuff, and you can just tell when a team stops giving a crap, like HCP in the earlier game. It's
Yeah,
like,
nice
well, they
separation.
stopped caring.
Nice separation. There's your 3-cap going out. Jockey Charger. This should be it. Charger's going to have a recharge. Going for the Boom Survivor. Team Kazoo Kids are going to make their way further in the lower bracket. Going right here. There's the GG going out. Lewis is still constricted in that corner. And that's a nice job by Team Kazoo Kids to continue. Obviously, their roster switch that they made may or may not have helped them yet. Vector saying not quite yet. That is savage. I agree. And that should be the almost down. Respect to alive players, please. That Hunter is going for a DP, but it's going to get speeded. Chris saying I respect, and Vec agrees. So, all right. Nice sportsmanship coming out there at the end.
Yeah, dude, and it almost looked like Vago was snapping the targets there for a second, but all right, I guess I'll never find out now. But Vago's gonna go ahead and disconnect though, and it looks like this will be the end of the game here. Charger killing off Vago, and now it's down to Shimmy and Freoxity against the 4-man team of Kazoo Kids and a tank. The Horde actually hasn't even stopped yet. That's gonna be Lewis getting drug across the ground there. He's gonna get constricted by that smoker, killed off. Well, not killed off, but incapped, and that's going to be a jockey landing onto Zoe. Charger going to come in for the punches, and that will be the game here. As Kazoo Kids knock Eternity out of the Bleed Out tournament, and Kazoo Kids will advance to another week, which will be round number 2 of the lower brackets.